Hey folks, this is Captain Doug Wynn with Crappie Gilts and More. I want to talk a little bit today about one of the rigs that I use for bluegill and red ear here on the lake. A lot of times we will use a rig where we're using a bobber. The bobbers that I like, it's one that a friend of mine put me on a couple years ago. It's called ESB. They're available at High Tech Outdoors at Brownsburg. They may be available at some of the other places. They're not cheap, but they are an amazingly handy bobber to have. They come with a bobber stop. I want to show you how to do that. The little tube, we thread it up here. I slide the tube off, pull it. I'll clip this, but I'm going to go ahead and thread the bobber. And you can see how easy that these thread up with the setup. Okay, I'm going to slide the bobber up. Then I'm going to take a very small, this is like a 64th ounce jig, and you can see it has a little bitty tiny hook on it. It has the spider legs, but I want to show you the knot that I use on these. I'm using a slip knot, loop knot. I'm going to take it over my finger, bring the jig through once, bring it through twice, wet it, pull it up. This lets that jig hang free on the knot, and it will always hang horizontal. That way you don't have any the knot tightening down on it, and it hanging with the line. This is a much more natural presentation. Now, I tried to get some wax worms. They're not in season yet, but I want to show you an alternative. You got the Berkley power baits, which I'm a huge fan of. These are Berkley gulp, and if you look at them, these look like red worms and night crawlers. They're a biodegradable bait. What you can do with these is just pinch off a little piece and just thread it up onto that hook. Well, that gives you a little bit more volume on your bait, and it gives a scent. I'm a firm believer that the fish, when they grab this, they're gonna taste that scent, and they're gonna hang on to it longer. So when you're fishing with these, you're not gonna need a break their jaw hook set. Most of the time you see that bobber go down, all you're going to have to do is take the slack up and sweep the rod, and you'll have a much better hook set. Plus, in my opinion, that will also make it easier to get the hook out of the fish if you're using a mild hook set like that. So one thing, if you don't take anything away from this video, I'm using the fluorescent line for demonstration purposes. I'm a huge believer in using clear line when I'm fishing for bluegill red ears. Several years ago, I was using fluorescent line. A friend of mine, same boat, same bluegill bed, was using clear line. He was out fishing me 10 to 1. Obviously, next day when we were back out there, I had clear line on too, and we were pretty much on equal terms. So, if you get a chance, go buy High Tech ESB bobbers. And they also carry the jigs that I have here. These are crappie hut. I use a lot of the Popeye jigs and stuff like that, but I use a very small jig. I like the blacks, the browns, the dark colors. This is Captain Doug Wynn wishing you great fishing. We'll see you later.